And a good Wednesday evening to you. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you, and happy early Thanksgiving, let's say. Just close enough anyway. Hopefully your holiday is off to a pretty good start if you're at work, or if you're not at work, either way, we're wishing you well. I'll tell you what, get ready to say hello to winter, because we've been pretty warm for a long time throughout the month of November here. That's coming to an end. We're really going to notice that the temperature drops in a big way overnight tonight and into the next several days. We're just going to see a chill in the air. And it's to the point now, I don't know when it's going to feel warm yet again. It's going to be pretty chilly stuff. So that's what you have to look forward to. We'll even have maybe some little wintry chances of intrigue next week, especially next Tuesday. That's a storm system that we'll want to watch pretty closely. So we have quite a good bit to talk about here, and throughout the newscast, we'll talk about all the travel impacts and Thanksgiving weather across the country, which is pretty wild in some certain places, mostly up north, as you would expect. Right here locally, of course, we're looking at a pretty calm and tranquil evening. It's been really calm and pleasant. Temperatures in the 60s still at the moment. So everyone's doing all right currently here in the Triad area. It's a beautiful day, and hopefully you're able to get outside and enjoy it. Temperatures, though, do start to tell a little bit of a story. You can see that we're starting to cool down, as you might expect, overnight tonight. That's going to be something that we'll track for you, of course. Temperatures getting way down into the 30s by tomorrow morning. We've had some gusty winds from time to time. Right now, winds are still blowing around at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. That's the gust. So when we talk about winds, you can measure them in two ways: sustained, which is steady, or gusts, which is kind of when they get up a little bit more than they usually are. So that's what we've been dealing with. Warm and windy weather today. Cold and windy weather is what we can expect going into tomorrow. And I can show you why if we zoom out the temperature map. All's well in the Carolinas, but take a look. There's the chill. That cold weather is making progress. So we're going to be seeing this go further and further, 20s and 30s in the middle of the country. That below freezing weather, that's going to be tough to take. And that's going to be something that is trying to move our way. The overall weather setup here is that you have a big dip in the jet stream. And that's going to start to settle up, especially by Friday. So that big jet stream dip allows the temperatures to really cool off in a big way. And we're talking about morning lows, even without wind chill factored in, they're going to be in the 20s. So Friday and Saturday morning, definitely below freezing. Sunday, probably close to it. It's just going to be darn cold, and you're going to have to get ready for that. Now, it should stay pretty much dry around our area through the weekend. So we're mostly just sitting in cold sunshine. That's kind of where we are. Certainly the case for tomorrow. I don't anticipate any sort of clouds or showers or anything like that. It's just sunny and dry. So kind of enjoy your holiday, but make sure the heat's working. Might want to build a fire in the house or something like that. Looking ahead to Friday, it gets colder. Friday's the coldest day. We'll be in the 20s in the morning, low 40s for the afternoon, and then getting even colder still for Saturday morning. So that'll be the coldest that we get. Low 20s are likely, and very, very dry air too. Now into the weekend, it's just going to stay really cold. And so that's something we're going to watch pretty carefully. Now, in the longer range, I talked about how it's mostly dry for us. There is going to be some potential that once we get towards Sunday, you could catch a couple of rain showers. So we'll start you out with the forecast here on Sunday, let's say. So this is Sunday morning. Our next weather system will start to approach by that point. We're dry through Saturday, but like I said, Sunday morning, we'll have to keep an eye on that. There is some potential of a little bit of rain to start the day on Sunday, and this kind of moves slowly. So there's threat for some scattered showers throughout the day on Sunday. And around here in our part of the country, probably not really much of any wintry precipitation. You can see it's mostly rain up and down the East Coast. But once we get into Monday, that system blows away. What we'll have to keep an eye on is this high pressure area over here. When they can build in and lock in, sometimes you can get wintry weather out of that. There's potential here that we could see some of that cold air locking in ahead of next Tuesday. And then we start to see some moisture kind of riding up from the Gulf. And so that'll be something to keep an eye on. Models are kind of dancing around this idea that is there chilly rain or some sort of mixed wintry precipitation going into next Tuesday. We don't know the answer to that right now. As always, the most likely thing is that it's mainly cold rain for us. But there is some possibility here that we might be on the edge and could at least have some interest in those winter impacts. So something to keep an eye on. It's a chilly, wet system coming our way for next Tuesday and Wednesday. Some models have mixed snow at times, but it is a setup that's more favorable for cold rain for our area. I would caution you, we're not beating our chests here or anything, but most of the weather apps that are out there, they all run off computer data. Every 6 hours, they change quite a lot. So it's not really worth getting worked up over if a snowflake were to randomly appear. It can just as easily go away. That's just kind of the nature of the beast. Our model, we kind of edit it manually with our weather team, so something to keep an eye on. As far as the comparison, most of these things are showing rain for next week on Tuesday. And remember, we could really use it. Our area has been so dry. The drought just continues. So we've barely had any rain throughout the whole month of November, and it would be really good to get some, but it's been super dry around here. To see the opportunity to maybe cash in on our first significant rain in a little while, that's pretty nice to see. So we'll see if there's any wintry mess with it, but I would expect any sort of rainfall to be welcomed. We could use it. That drought status just continues to expand a little bit locally. So that's the forecast we have for you. Certainly hope you have a good Thanksgiving. We got to let Tom give you the forecast here. You ready? Here he is. Tom, what's the weather looking like? Well, gobblerific, right? Cold in the morning, 30s to start the day. It'll be in the upper 40s for the afternoon, and chilly. That's how I see it. Temperatures will be in the 40s throughout the day. Tom, your temperature will be a little hotter. Sorry, buddy. 7-day forecast here. We're looking ahead. Only in the 40s basically all week long. I mean, I don't even know when we're going to hit 50 degrees again. So this is some long-lasting cold for our area that we're going to have to get ready for. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes to talk all things weather with Brad Panovich.